Let me ask you something, and don't answer out loud. Have you ever noticed how a younger woman looks at an older man? Not the way she looks at guys her own age? Less nervous, more curious, more controlled. And here's the part most men completely misunderstand. Younger women don't treat older men better or worse. They treat them differently. And today, I'm going to show you exactly how. What's really happening beneath the surface, and the hidden attraction signals most older men either miss completely or misinterpret in ways that quietly destroy their power. Because once you see this dynamic clearly, you can't unsee it. And yes, some of it might make you uncomfortable, but that's where the truth usually lives. Before we dive deeper, a quick message. If you've been learning from my videos and you want to support this work, you can subscribe to me on Facebook with a paid membership, send stars, or join my YouTube channel's paid community. Your support helps me create more powerful content for you, and I truly appreciate every bit of it. All right, now let's continue. Here's the first thing no one tells older men. Younger women don't see age first, they see position. Not how old you are, but where you sit in the hierarchy of life. And this is where the psychological split begins. A younger man is judged on potential. An older man is judged on results. That one shift changes everything. With younger men, she wonders, who could he become? With older men, her subconscious asks, has he already become someone or not? Because this matters more than you think. That question alone determines whether she treats you with curiosity, respect, or quiet dismissal. Now, let's talk about something uncomfortable. Younger women are more emotionally strategic with older men. Not because they're manipulative by nature, but because experience teaches pattern recognition. She assumes an older man has leverage, has resources, has emotional history, and has less tolerance for games. So she adjusts. She tests less emotionally, but more psychologically. Instead of drama, she uses observation. Instead of chaos, she uses distance. Instead of emotional explosions, she uses silence. If you don't notice this shift, you'll think she's easy to read. She isn't. She's just efficient. When a younger woman is attracted to an older man, she rarely chases. She positions herself to be noticed. Small pauses, longer eye contact, controlled laughter, questions that seem casual but reveal deep curiosity about your life. She wants to see how grounded you are, how you respond to attention, whether you lead or seek approval. And this is where many older men fail. They think attraction means reassurance, so they over-explain, over-give, over-invest too early. And in doing that, they accidentally place themselves below her psychologically. Let me tell you a hard truth. Younger women don't lose attraction to older men because of age. They lose attraction because of neediness disguised as kindness. If you seek validation from her, she stops seeing you as established. If you rush intimacy, she stops seeing you as composed. If you try to impress her, she starts to feel she has the upper hand. And once that happens, the dynamic quietly flips. Ever notice how some younger women suddenly become distant with older men, even after showing strong interest? That's not confusion, that's recalibration. She's asking herself, is he centered, or is he hoping I choose him? And attraction dies the moment she senses the second. Now let's talk about power, real power. Older men who succeed with younger women don't compete with younger men. They don't chase energy, they project stability. And stability is rare. Younger women live in a world of emotional volatility, social media validation, unstable dating, constant comparison. An older man who is calm, unreactive, and internally complete feels different. Not exciting like chaos, but magnetic like certainty. Here's a psychological detail most men miss. Younger women often test older men by withdrawing, not advancing. She might reply slower, cancel casually, become quieter. She's watching one thing. Do you collapse, or do you remain unchanged? If you push, she feels pressure. If you pull, she feels curiosity. If you stay steady, she feels safety and attraction. This part separates men. Older men who hold power don't explain their value. They let their absence speak. They don't punish withdrawal. They simply don't chase it. And that restraint is intoxicating. Now let's address the elephant in the room. Yes, some younger women approach older men for security. But here's the nuance. Security alone doesn't create desire. It creates access. Desire comes from emotional polarity. She wants to feel. You don't need her, but you choose her. You enjoy her, but you don't revolve around her. When she feels that balance, her behavior shifts. She becomes softer, more attentive, more feminine, not because she's submissive, but because she feels relaxed. The moment a younger woman starts asking about your routines, your discipline, your boundaries, that's not small talk, that's vetting. She's checking if your life has structure, or if she'll become the center of it. And trust me, no woman respects being the center of a man's life. She respects being invited into a full one. Now let's flip the script. How do younger women treat older men they don't respect? They keep it polite, surface level, emotionally distant. They accept attention, but never invest depth. They'll flirt lightly, but never surrender vulnerability. And if intimacy happens, it feels transactional. If you've ever felt like you were allowed access but never chosen, that's why. Respect comes before attraction with younger women, not the other way around. So how does an older man keep the advantage? Simple, but not easy. You stop performing. You stop proving. You stop seeking reassurance through generosity. Instead, you speak less. You listen more. You move slower. You react later. You allow space. And space creates intrigue. Here's the final psychological truth most men never hear. Younger women don't want an older man who acts young. They want one who is rooted. A man who doesn't chase excitement but chooses meaning. Who doesn't fear loss because he's already built himself. And when a younger woman senses that, she doesn't play games. She aligns. Before we end, let me say this clearly. This isn't about manipulation. It's about self-containment. The more complete you are, the less you need to convince anyone. And that quiet certainty, that's what younger women respond to most. If this video gave you clarity, not comfort, then you're exactly where you need to be. Make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel, and check out the other videos here for more psychology, truth, and insight that most people are afraid to say out loud. This channel is for men who want understanding, not illusions.